I'm going to play the intro music. Okay, that's enough. Okay, that was like a super amateur, lousy intro, and and nobody's watching yet, thank goodness. So yeah, we can do the whole intro again. So let's do it properly, okay? I pretend that I'm not on the screen, then I play the intro music. Everybody just play her voice, okay? Okay, that was a much better intro. Hello to my financy friends. I'm Denise Wong, and this is something that I'm running with a group of my friends because we always have chats about how we spend our money and why do we do it a certain way, and then we complain about how come we spend the way we do lah, basically. So we always have conversations like that. And then we call ourselves the Ouchies. I know it's a crap name. I don't know, it's such a cringy name, but one of my good friends came up with it, the Ouchies, and it's so cringy. And I wanted so badly to come up with something better and new, but I couldn't think of anything better and newer, so better. So if you guys have a better name for us, please let us know. Okay, so basically, Out Your Money is it's basically like a chat between a group of friends about our spending habits, why we spend the way we do, and then we take a look behind at some of the behaviors that prompt the kind of spending lah. You know, we have like a NLP coach with us on the show, okay? And the ouchies are late. Who's that? It's a knock on the door. My goodness, so big. Okay, so anyway, the first one. I think the first one is the person who coined the term ouchie. So it's going to be Afiq. Okay, let's see whether Afiq is ready. Afiq is ready. Ready or not, Afiq? Say hi to everybody. This is Afiq from First Free Finance, the Chief Finance Ninja. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you got it absolutely right. Hi, I am Afiq. I'm the Chief Finance Ninja at First Free Finance, your family CFO.
Okay, I didn't remove you from the stream.
I know, right?
How was what day is it today? Wednesday? You know, every day at home is like the same.
Dudes.
Oh, I'm not dude leh. So how's your Wednesday today?
Okay,
What
lor.
did you do for your Wednesday?
I'm going to give you a typical Singaporean answer. It's okay, lor. It's been a good, productive day. It's been a really good, productive week. The kids are at home. They're in their room reading. We had a good dinner. Got a lot of work done. So it's just your typical run-of-the-mill pandemic Wednesday.
Pandemic, yeah. You know, every day seems the same now when I'm working from home. It seems the same, right? Who is that again? Afiq, me a guess. Who's next?
Let me guess. It could be another ouchie. I wonder who it is.
I'm so embarrassed doing this. Let us bring on our yellow fella. Today he's yellow, but he's not dirty. Or maybe he is, I don't know. Say hi to Junho. He's our...
Hi, Denise. Hi, Afiq.
Hi.
Say hi to our financy friends. I don't know what to call them lah. The ouchers, is it, or what?
I don't know.
Yeah. We were just talking about...
You may want to adjust your mic a little bit. There's a ringing sound.
There is a ringing sound. How come earlier when we test, you never say that? Waste my time.
I don't know who is it. Is it you?
No, it's not me. Got technical? It's me? Oh no, that's terrible. Is it because there's feedback? Is this better?
Bit of feedback. This is better, I think.
Ah, is this better?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna hold it the whole show like this awkwardly. Okay.
Okay. I can get something to hold for you.
Maybe I should buy the mic off Rachel. Speaking of Rachel, that must be her. Okay, let us admit Rachel now. So I can host it on it. Hello, Rachel. How do you feel about this new? Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Rachel. And while you're asking me to introduce myself, I think we forgot to introduce Junho just now.
I said that he is the rich retiree one.
Ah.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear
said
that.
I think because my mic was ringing. Okay, so if my mic rings again, please let me know. It sounds like my phone, right? If my mic rings again, please let me know.
Please speak on your mic later.
We actually have a sound. Did you hear that?
I think I don't hear it. Is it still here?
Now, no.
Okay, good. Okay, so Rachel is one of my good friends as well, and she is the founder of Expense Concierge, and she's the one that looks like the psyche behind your spending, right? Kind of like that, right?
Yeah. The spending habits, saving habits, why we do it, how we do it, why we don't do it, why we force ourselves to do it despite knowing that, we will probably not do it at the end of the day.
We will not do it. I think people still do it.
It sounds terrible.
Some.
Okay, so just now I was asking about Wednesday and all that, and then I was saying that you know what how we always talk about spending money and how we spend money, right? So actually I spent some money on crab. I did. Okay, what are the
Makan
things?
or what?
Huh?
The makan crab or what crab?
No. Makan is not crab. Makan is essential because you need it to survive.
Oh, the crab, is it?
No. It's a CRAP. So it makes me wonder, like, why do I spend money on crab when I know clearly that it's crab? Okay, wait. So what are the? Oh wait, I think we have another mystery guest. So sudden. I also don't know what I'm doing. Mystery guest is here. Mystery guest, you're on mute. Mystery guest.
Yeah, why is he muted?
Hello. How are you
Hello.
guys doing on a Wednesday evening?
Hey, Doug.
Goodness, are you purposely want to
Double
go?
dip.
Okay, wait. So back to my story. Okay, can y'all tell me? Okay, basically, what are the things you don't need now that
Really?
you're
They're all color coordinated.
I think that's Afiq. Okay, wait. Hello. So
Okay, go on, yeah.
setting already. These people, I had such a hard time deciding whether I wanted to actually host this show. Okay, but anyway, moving on. So, okay, so what are the things that you actually don't need when you don't go out anymore? I mean, not don't go out, like you just go for essentials, right? So you're not going out for like the clubs, the pubs, the shopping, the weekends kind of things. So when you're not doing that, what are some of the things that you don't need? Make a guess. I bought 2 of those things.
And you don't need.
Yes, now that I don't go out, gai anymore.
Makeup.
Makeup, no, because my makeup still have lots and lots. Never use at all. Look like something for every day at home. Make a guess.
Shoes.
Okay, so we said makeup. Shoes? Your clothes, Junho.
Socks.
Not that literally. Oh my god, not that literally clothes lah. What else? Come on, Nicole. Just now you say what is color coordinated.
Earrings.
No, just now you said
What
something that we are
about the
wearing
underwear?
color coordinated. What? Underwear? Underwear is essential. What? Hello.
Color
It's not how you keep
coordinated,
your-
ma.
It's not how you keep your marriage alive.
Shoes are clothes.
You take off the underwear.
But you still need to have underwear in the first place, what? Okay, no.
You really actually don't need underwear.
I
Clothes, you're
agree
right.
with you.
You are right. Clothes. And it's going out clothes. So it's not like the kind of clothes where you wear for your at home kind. It's the going out kind. So I bought some of them, and I bought it like two weeks ago when it was
Okay.
clear that I'm not going out. And I also bought a bag. It's not the market bag. It's also not the grocery bag. It's the going out kind of bag. And then after that, I bought it. I knew that I didn't need it, but I still buy it. Why? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Why? Rachel, why? Why?
This is what I mean, right? Why do we spend money on crab? Why?
Yeah.
The moment
You gain when you buy it after you bought it. How do you feel after you buy it?
Feel good, man. Feel good.
I feel chill. Even the bag haven't reached my house, I already feel chill.
Yeah, lor. That's that chill thing. Yeah, that's why you buy.
Have you tried them all? Put them all at home and then just, wait, to one time.
I haven't got it yet. So this was a
I don't
conversation.
know. Maybe you need to take him into the bedroom and then just,
Yeah, maybe I think he's a real then he thinks that something exciting is happening tonight, right? But all I wanted to do was show him my new bag. Okay. No, I don't know. You know, when I was looking through the bags, they are having offer. Actually, this bag I've been eyeing for a very long time already, even before circuit breaker started. It's not an expensive bag. It's not. It's like below 50, that kind. Then after that, I saw it was on sale. Then I thought very hard. I said, I'm not going out. Why do I need a bag? And then as I was thinking that, miraculously, I clicked on the buy now button. And then when I don't need the bag. Then miraculously, I started keying in my credit card details.
I like the way you say miraculously.
Yeah, miraculously, I started to type in my credit card details. So that was it, lor. And then I turned around, I told my husband, I said, guess what I bought? Then he said, what? Then I said, a bag. Then he said, you want to bring the bag to where? I said, I don't know. I bought it already. Anyway, then he's like, okay, okay. So I will bring it from my bedroom to my office, which is my study room. And then to when it's lunchtime, when I leave the office, go to the kitchen for lunch, I will bring the bag along.
You go to the kitchen and tap out the food in the bag, is it?
That's right. I have to find some use for it now. Right? So psyche aside, I don't know. I mean, I'm quite aware of why I do certain things, but yeah, I don't know. Why do we spend money on crap? And how do we stop it? Stop it. How do we? I think that's the main thing, right?
Yeah, see.
I know. You give me your credit card.
I still have the number, what?
Wait, after he's thinking very hard. After you have something to say about that.
I think he's thinking of something crappy to say. As crappy as the purchases.
You're so sinister.
Lots of us buy crap. Depending on who you ask, crap can mean different things.
That's
We
true.
may not even be aware that we're buying crap.
So, but the thing is that when I was buying it, I knew clearly that it was crap for me. I knew very clearly that was crap for me because I'm not going to go out, I'm not going to use it in the foreseeable future, and still I bought it.
But you felt happy after you bought it.
Kind of. I think I did. And then we need to look deeper at why it makes me happy and things like that, right? So what is your definition of crap, Afiq, since you brought up definitions?
Things that don't add value to our lives.
Sorry, come again.
Things that don't add value to our lives.
By value, do you mean, what do you mean by value?
Once again, value is very subjective, you see.
Yeah, correct. What do you mean by value?
What do I mean by value? Something that adds value to my life. Well, like, for example, if I were to buy a kitchen appliance, like, for example, we've been cooking quite a lot, and I have an immersion circulator, a sous vide device. So my friends who don't cook, they bought it because I bought it. But I use it almost every other day, so it has a lot of value to me. But to them, they come back to me and say, I think this is crap. And I was like, okay, why? Because they don't know how to use it. And even though I give them resources how to use the thing, they end up not using it because they don't like cooking anyway. And so that item becomes crap.
To them. But it's not crap.
But it felt good for them to join onto the bandwagon saying, oh, I'm going to cook sous vide like Afiq does. And so for them, they thought, okay, it feels good to buy something that turned out to be crap. To them, anyway.
You see that?
Huh?
You see that just came on?
Yeah. And then all our names disappear.
Oh, what disappeared?
Names.
Yeah.
Oh no! How come? That was really weird.
It was here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you must touch your chest or your name disappear.
Because it was there. You can never buy.
My name disappear. Okay, this is a new set of Chunho that I'm saying, everybody. So most of the people who are tuning in, I'm pretty sure are our friends, and they will be surprised. They're like, oh my god. Okay, so that is Afiq's definition of crap. Does anybody else have a definition?
Is it like one man's
One man's crap?
treasure is another man's treasure? No, one man's crap is another man's treasure. Wait.
Is
Okay.
it crap or is it trash?
Crap. Huh? One man's crap is another man's treasure. No.
Yeah, I think that
One
sounds
man's
right.
treasure is another
I
man's
think,
crap.
I think so. But is the word crap used? Or is it more like treasure?
Crap.
No, the trash. It's trash,
Treasure.
right? Trash, right?
Only trash and another man's
If
treasure.
one man's poison is another man's no. One man's meat is another man's poison.
They're confusing us.
Yeah, I'm confused too. Never mind.
Okay, let me simplify it. So basically, what Douglas is trying to say is that what is a treasure to somebody, what is your treasure to person A may become useless to person B. Is it what
Yes.
you mean?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. Okay. I feel like I did my job today, Liao. Okay, Afi, you take over.
No, Afik. Look at him. He's so sinister looking. He's so scary. Look at him.
Yes, evil.
It's like he's thinking about sous videing.
Yeah, it's like, who am I going to cook now?
Chan Ho. I think he's gonna cook Chan Ho. I don't know, but I think maybe the bag added some happiness to me. But it was very short term, so they call it retail therapy, right?
I mean, there's a definition of happiness and then there's a definition of contentment. One is short term, one is long term. Buying something for short term happiness, you always chase that next high, right? You buy something, you get a dopamine hit. It makes you happy in a short period of time. There's also something called, what do you call that? It's a phenomenon where you get used to that level of happiness. I can't remember the exact term for it. But like, you attain a level of happiness and then you're happy. But because, your perceived happiness starts to drop because it becomes status quo. And then you chase the next high, you chase the next high, you chase the next high by buying something else. And then, so a lot of philosophers I read about, they talk about happiness versus contentment. The happiness is temporary and contentment is long term. And so, if you buy a sous vide device that gives you long term contentment versus buying a sous vide device that gives you short term happiness.
So it's basically it's not trash for you lah, right? My definition of trash basically is something that I'm not going to use or like
Bata shoes.
like what shoe?
He's like, right?
Like what?
Like Bata shoes.
What's wrong with that?
Buy and throw away.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
we have,
You can't say that. You can also what? You can also use then throw away already.
no, because
BATA,
Bata is
buy and throw away.
Buy and throw away.
Okay.
Okay, we have a viewer. It says Sai says one man's trash is another man's treasure. So that is what it is. Trash versus treasure. And we actually have I don't know how many people watching. So say hi if you're watching us. And if what is your definition of crap? What is your definition of crap? And why do you spend money on that? Do you know what is your definition of crap?
Me? Well, I mean, if I'm going to spend money buying something, usually
You will buy
is to buy something that particular thing have to do a job. It has to have a function, a purpose. So I will spend money for that purpose. Let's say if I'm going to buy a bag, I will buy a bag because I need to have it to hold stuff, and sometimes I also need it to look good. So it has a certain job to do, but I will pay only that amount of money for that job. Now, sometimes some people will buy a bag more than just the job, something else. And to me, if I spend money beyond what his job is doing, I think it's crap. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Let me share screen.
You want to share screen? You cannot share screen. I'm not host. You cannot share screen. Anyway, I think I have a friend that's watching. If I'm not wrong, I think it's Ash. Hi, Ash.
Okay, then I'll give you the example. You guys have seen, I don't know, you know this brand called Balenciaga?
Yes.
This Balenciaga, they came out with this bag that looked exactly like the IKEA blue bag. You know how they come out with a few dollars only? And this Balenciaga bag was 2,000 USD. It was 2,000 USD. Yeah, it's branded. But what is his job? His job is just bag. Unless you own the bag and you're going to get you're a celebrity or you're influencer, and then you get like product endorsement, you get all these things, and people are going to pay you for it. Yeah, that's a different story. But you're just paying money to do that. I think you get the IKEA bag for a few dollars, and then you save like almost $2,000. You can use the $2,000, make more money out of it. You can invest somewhere and then make more money out of it. So those money that's spent on it, I think is crap.
Okay, so meaning that for you,
I think we need to post the picture after this because that picture is very significant. The comparison is very yeah.
yes, correct. Okay, so basically for Chunho, your definition of crap is so you have an idea of how much you want to spend for a certain something to fulfill a certain function.
Yes,
Okay.
it has to be that. So in a way, for me, spending money is a very rational process. You think about it. It is not emotional for me. Because if I spend it on crap, I tell you, I'll get more emotional after that. Emotion.
You will cry. Crap.
I tell you, shit, I'm going to talk so much. I tell you, I've got a friend. I've got a friend. Oh, he's filthy rich, man. I got a friend. He actually is my ex-colleague. He actually go out. Sometimes I go out, hang out with him, and he'll go out and he will buy stuff. And then he will buy stuff. And then after a year, he said, hey, remember, we went to this place and I bought this stuff. Something like this. Then he described it to me. They said, oh, yeah, we came in the last year. We came by and then you bought this. And he said, yeah, now that we're here, I just remember, I haven't even opened it from the box yet. I haven't even worn it yet. And he has many of them that's stuck in the house, haven't touched, haven't opened, haven't worn. And sometimes I go to his house, I open his fridge, and things got moldy in his fridge. And the last thing that get moldy is cheese, and he got cheese moldy in his fridge.
It's very moldy, what?
Huh?
It's aged cheese. Maybe you can sell for more money.
Oh, you try it lah. So he buys things because he enjoys the thrill of buying.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's not the actual item, it's that thrill, the act of buying itself.
Yeah, I know the happiness. I'm just wondering where it comes from and like how then do we for those it's also called impulse spending, right? In some sense. Retail therapy, impulse spending.
Gratification or
yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
So what is your definition of crap then, Rachel?
My definition of crap is spending on things that I derive no pleasure from. Like for example, just now we were talking about bags, right? I wouldn't spend on bags because I don't need a bag. But what I will spend on is I will spend on food because I like to eat. I love to eat. And I will spend on food and I will spend on things that brings me great joy and happiness.
Like what? Sex toy? Okay.
Like food and time with people, the places that we go to.
Okay, really, it was a joke. You don't have to really explain. So what is okay? No, just now we were talking about definitions of crap, right? And how a person's A crap can be something like pleasure for person B. I actually spend similar to how Chunho does it. Like I have an idea. So if let's say my shoe, I'm quite rational also in that sense. Like if my bag is broken, then I need a bag for work. Then I will get a work bag. So I have like I have like 2 pairs of shoes for work, and I only buy a new one if 1 pair breaks. But for me, that is not spending money on crap. But there are times where I think I spend the most on food. So it's like Rachel, where food brings me happiness, right?
Yeah.
But actually, I just thought of something. Chunho said that you said you are very rational when it comes to spending. But then, you say you want to spend things to look good, what? Looking good is not rational, right? Is it there's feelings tied to it, what?
That's true. Looking good, there's a feeling tied to it. But to a certain extent, everybody also want, you will buy a bag that will look good too. You won't buy a bag that makes of just pure plastic bag. Not glam, right?
Yeah, not glam.
To a certain extent, you will still buy a bag that will look to a certain extent good enough. So there will still be an element of good enough. But then you have to see the value to it. Then beyond that, you will think, does that additional money spent on it really worth that value? I mean, the Balenciaga blue bag, you pay extra $2,000 for that upgrade. I don't know whether it's really worth it. In
But
my way,
even if you don't see the value, someone else may see the value in it.
Correct. So I
Is
just
the-
wonder whether we should invite somebody that actually sees the value
Yeah,
of this like branded stuff.
be my answer. Me seeing it.
Yeah, I know. I think all of us don't see. Douglas, do you buy like branded bags? Or branded?
No.
what branded things you buy?
What branded things?
I don't know what.
He has he has a Boss shoe. Was it
Shoe?
Armani? Hugo
Armani.
Boss.
too. Yeah.
How much?
Sorry.
How much?
How much? I gave you.
Yeah,
Which
no,
one? Armani or
Armani shoe or the most expensive one.
No, we should. Oh wait, I don't want to ask that. Oh, sex toy. Okay, wait. No. I want to ask.
I think it was about $800, so it wasn't very expensive. Yeah.
Look, my double chin coming out. $800 for a pair of shoes.
That's $800 can buy Denise many bags.
Yeah, but
but
but I want to. There's a disclaimer. So that the branded shoes, the Armani shoes, and the Boss shoes or whatever, yeah, were bought for a reason. And it's the most ridiculous reason. Okay, which I have outgrown, and that most ridiculous reason really was to show other people. Yeah, that it was for presentation purposes.
oh.
Being in front of rooms and all that, and so I see the folly of my ways. And I realized that so there was a school of thought. There was a school of thought about how we need to present ourselves.
Okay.
And I followed that school of thought on how to present. And I realized I followed my ways because products actually don't last very long. Okay, and I think there are. But I think at any point in time we buy things. I buy things, and I'm always right. I never see the things that I buy as crap. It's always in retrospect because of other things that happened that then made me decide whether that value was well invested or not. So I think for me anyway, at that point in time when the purchase is made, it's never crap. Okay,
It's never correct.
Yeah, it's always justified. It's always justified because there's always a reason, emotional, rational, or otherwise. It is later. Okay, then we decide.
Follow with your ways.
Yeah, whether it was worth the value or not. Yeah.
Yeah. Then in that case, right, it's not just one man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's trash can become one man's treasure can become trash later. Same man. Right?
True.
Was
Yeah.
that the most expensive crap that you bought? I mean, looking back, minus all your investment things, okay? Not counted.
Well, I made a deposit once for a car, for a very expensive car.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
and then I decided, and after making that decision, okay, and putting in that deposit for that car, I'm not going to say what it is, but it was okay up there, and I decided, and then I asked myself, do I really need it? Okay, do I really need it? Do I really need to have that brand of car? And so I decided no, and
Really?
and I had to give. So I gave up that deposit.
Wow.
I gave up that deposit and bought my cheapest car right now.
Oh, you give Oh, the deposit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's non-refundable. So I see the folly of my waste.
You see the folly of your ways again. Owen is whose friend? Does anybody here? Is it any of our friends? Owen? Owen says people buy because money can suffocate us. So we use money as an exchange for happiness, I think. Right? We talk about that, right? Money in itself is not useful if it cannot buy us anything, I think.
Can't eat it.
Right? So a lot of people is like, oh, money, I want money. But actually what they want is the experience or the stuff that money can buy. And then when it comes to stuff, then it ties back to being happy, like what Rachel said.
Yeah, but it's actually not the absolute value also, you know. Like I have $1,000 back and I'm happy and I'm still using it. So I'm happy with it. Whereas some people, they buy things that are relatively not as, the amount is not as big, but they don't use it. So it's crap, ma. So again, it's not the absolute value that I feel like.
$1,000. You have $1,000 back, is it?
Yeah.
What's the brand?
I forgot. I have to go and see.
Honestly, really? Buy $1,000 back after I don't even know what they spend
Many
on.
years ago, but I'm still using it. So if you divide by the number of days, it's fair, right?
I think so, but actually I realized that a lot of the branded things, right, they're actually quite well made. So if you are not somebody that chases trends or like want to look trendy or chic, whatever, then you will just use the same bag for 10, 20 years. Then okay lah, I think actually it's quite worth it if that's the case.
Well, there are some brands that are actually well made. I do agree. There's some brands that the quality is there, really is there. But there are some brands they're expensive just because of the name, but the quality is actually not there.
Yeah.
There are so we actually need to know. Some brands are good for certain. Some brands are good for suits, but they may not be good for shoes. Some brand makes good shoes, but they don't make good bags.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, so just because of the brand, you go and buy the other stuff that is in the way, it just bad. And then
It's just
yeah. I've seen it before.
Afiq looks very bored. Afiq, can you tell us what is the most expensive crap you've ever bought? I'm very interested. Now that I realize, actually I'm quite close to this bunch of guys. Now that I realize that they're all like really $1,000 bag, then the deposit in the card, never mind, throw away, and then I don't know. Afiq, tell me.
Okay, let Afiq talk first.
You will surprise me. What is your most expensive piece of crap? And why did you buy it? Justify. No need pay $2.
Expensive.
What?
Most expensive. That's a tough one, actually. I remember about maybe 11 years ago, I bought this bit cooler. It's like a mattress that circulates, or mattress topper that circulates cool water. About 800. It was about $800 about 10, 11 years ago. I was thinking, because I was still single, I was living in my own room, and I was just looking for ways to save on electricity, right? And so I bought that. I used it for a while, but the problem was this: the little motor that cools the water and circulates it was a bit noisy, and so I'm a very light sleeper, and it just kept me awake. In the end, I only used it for maybe a month or so. Then it's just sat there. And so when I look at crap, right, I calculate it based on ROI and returns on investment, right? And ROI is very, very subjective. I buy lots of what some people say crap of online websites like AliExpress, where I buy like toys for the kids. For example, like frisbees, kites, they're like $2, or those foam planes that you use to you can assemble it yourself, and one piece is like 70 cents, and I assemble it for the kids, and in less than 2 minutes it's broken, right? Because they're kids. And so in my mind, 70 cents plate for 2 minutes, is that crap? Is that painful? Yeah. But on the other hand, I have bought like some really cheap items, like for example, I have a vacuum sealer that I use in the kitchen, to cook. And it cost me like $20. I've used it for 4 years. I think the ROI is close to infinite now. Simply because, and people tell me that's a piece of crap because it's some unknown brand. It's okay. It's a bit slow. Doesn't work that great. And people say it's crap. You should buy like a $1,000 vacuum chamber type thing. And I'm like, $1,000 for $20? I've been buying for 4 years. You know what I mean? And so to answer your question, some of the most expensive things I've bought can be calculated based on ROI law.
No,
Like I
not.
buy 20 cents, 2 minutes. That's super expensive. The paper plane, right? Buy $20 for 4 years, or like the mattress topper where it's $800, use it for a month, and then it's still there for the past 10 years.
Oh, so that one really became crap, right?
Yeah.
So that was the most. I think it was the most
I also
painful.
do have impulse buys. You know what I mean? Like impulse buys, suddenly feel like buying it, then that becomes crap.
But my impulse buy, right? I know I indulge in impulse buy, but my impulse buy, I got that one. I got budget. Like I knew the bag. I don't need it. The bag, but I was justifying to myself like, oh, I can put my Surface Pro then I don't need to bring a separate laptop, like blah blah blah. And then I was like, okay, it's I think it's about 40, less than 40. So I bought it all. Yeah. So I have my impulse buy. Sorry, what?
Sounds familiar. I think this sounds very familiar to a lot of people.
Yeah, you find ways and means, like what Douglas said earlier. When you're buying at the point in time, you find ways and means to justify why you need it. Right? Yeah. Even the Starbucks coffee or expensive coffees. Don't talk about Starbucks. Okay, your expensive coffees, you have it every lunch or like 3-4 times a week. I think that one is crap. Really.
You know what else is crap? Like I've seen this happen in some people who I'm quite close to, where they buy either redundant items or they just buy stuff that they will never use and they just keep it for the sake of keeping it because I can just buy it. Like for example, multiple winter coats when they don't travel.
You want to wear to where? When is the you want to wear the
for winter.
Precisely. And so they buy it because, it looks so nice. It looks so nice. I'm like, you're never going to use this. But it looks so nice. Up to you.
Okay, you know what you're going to say?
Wait, let me show you something.
He's going to show us his winter coat. Douglas, is that a winter coat?
Douglas showing us. Oh, that winter.
You're going to wear this to Sentosa, is it, Douglas? This is winter coat, I think.
No, it's not winter clothes. It is a very light jacket. And it's very simple. I'm just wearing for you to see.
This is not I don't know, like a clothes.
Yeah,
no, this is not a vanity platform,
And you know what? This thing, it looks very simple here.
Oh.
It's so bloody expensive.
How much?
Okay, the brand. Shall I even say the brand?
Say.
You faster say lah.
The brand is here.
Ayo, this is like a review like that.
Wow.
You not see.
Just say, okay, people, there is a no.
You not see.
Oh,
you just say.
It's Balenciaga.
You see, just now you talk about
And you know, I bought this. I bought this in Japan. I went to Japan and I went to the outlet mall and I bought this. Even the outlet mall is not cheap. It's close to $500.
What prompted you to buy?
And I only wear it once when I was in Japan, and actually it's not thick, so it actually doesn't really. It is not a winter wear. It is not. It's almost like it's like an autumn wear when it's a little bit.
So is it crap?
it's kind of like crap because I hardly wear it. You can't wear it in Singapore. You wear it in Singapore. If you put this on in Singapore walking around, it's like people, why are you wearing that thing?
Okay, so it's crap, lah.
It's not even.
Then you just
Yeah. Call a spade a spade.
What?
It's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
It's in my closet like for forever, and I'm wondering where I'm going to wear it. Where, and then every time I go overseas, I'm like, no, I'm not going to bring this. It's not really going to keep me warm. It's not really going to do. The function is a little bit strange. It just make you look cool as in not.
I was
cool.
going to say it doesn't even make you look cool, please.
No. Depending, you need to wear a proper shirt. It will make you look cool.
Okay, so this is the justification part. Okay, this
Yeah,
is justification.
justification. You know why I bought this? Because I was the friend that put cheese in the fridge and it got moldy on. I was with
Okay,
him.
there's another justification.
Bye.
No, there's another justification. There's lay blame.
That's
yeah,
something
later.
Hello, you $20, I tell you. No, you can wear around in
My money
Singapore.
already now.
You can wear in Singapore. Then when people ask you why you wear, you say because it's Balenciaga. Of course I must wear lah. Like that lah. That's the only reason why you wear it, right? And then just now Rachel asked a question which I'm very curious also because just now this Chunho just now earlier in the show he just said that he's a very rational buyer. He apparently not really. Okay. What prompted you to buy it?
Yeah, I'm still human.
There's another justification. Thank you very much. So at any point in time in our minds, we never consider the thing at that point in time we buy crap. Otherwise, we wouldn't have paid for it.
I agree. I think plus his friends song him. So another justification.
So here's the thing, isn't it? We know it's specific to food. I am guilty, absolutely guilty of loving junk food. And we know junk food is crap for us. At our age, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, at any age, we shouldn't be having way too much junk food. But I gotta say, some days biting into that nice, hot, crispy, steaming KFC fried chicken is so freaking good. It's almost finger licking good.
Almost only.
Almost.
Wow.
And then the regret kicks in about half an hour later.
Yes. So why do people spend money on crab? Actually, it's the same reason as why do people eat crab when we know that it's not good for us. It's all emotional.
Well, it depends. Actually, it depends. Some crab are some good for some people, some crab are not good for some people.
Yeah, lah. So according to your own definition of crab, lah, like you, even that jacket, you also feel it's crab, what? And I was just going to say, I'm going to be very mean, okay? I don't even like it. It's like, I don't think it looks nice.
It looked nice at the time.
You need to. I don't know.
We all learn the folio.
Yeah.
We all learn the folio.
Okay, so after that, it's like no more shopping with him.
Okay.
$2.
Actually, since Chuno talked about that, sometimes I think it's also peer pressure, because of the need to fit in, to be acknowledged, to be whatever it is, because of the people around us. Okay, so this is a blame statement. We buy things because people are telling us, oh, that's good, that looks good, that's whatever it is, or and just to be part of that space, that connection.
So that was specifically for you and your Armani shoes, right? I'm hearing the accent of Armani shoes.
Yeah,
I really blame justify. I know, but that
was telling you it looked good, and hey, you will be this, you will be that. The salesperson, right?
Yeah, no, not only the salesperson, but the people around me were also saying, you're a trainer, you're a trainer, you need to wear a certain brand. You're in front of the room, in front of the crowd. Okay, you are an investor, you're making so much money, so you need to show people that. So that was where the presentation, packaging, and all that came in, and
like water or stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so at that,
Wait. I disagree a bit on the watch though. The watch that you bought owes its value. So the watch value.
Yeah, that one investment ma. Investment. Some watches they are very well made or limited edition, etc. I know they go up in value, so that one considered investment in a sense. But there are some who buy specifically to show that, hey, I can afford. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
It's also about the intention when you buy it. I have, yeah. So that was okay. But sometimes I enjoy, but I really okay. So then you better don't go shopping with me, Chunho, because I really enjoy being the friend that will just go like, buy lah, just buy.
Oh, I can do this for you. Yes, I can do this for you. Even though you don't look good in it, I said, just buy. Can buy.
Oh, all the 损友.
And then if you 反过来 right, if you turn around, you ask me, would I buy? I will tell you no, I won't buy.
Oh my god,
So I think it's like, sorry, Rachel.
so evil.
Yeah, I enjoy, but sometimes I think that it's not just about peer pressure, it's also about actually in your head there are two voices already, right? One voice is saying, oh no, you shouldn't buy, it's not rational, truth is rational, don't pretend to be not rational. Then here, this is the human part of truth, is say, oh, but it's nice, no, that kind of thing. So when you have a friend that fits to that human part of you, then that voice becomes louder and louder. You get what I mean? And then you sort of sway towards, because you already have these two voices in your head. It's just that you have a friend who is feeding into one of the voices. So if you have a rational friend that goes like, no lah, wow, this one, you can't even keep you warm. And then you're like, oh yeah, then the other voice will be like, you see, I told you already, right? Then you will buy. So
Yeah,
sometimes I think it's that.
after a while, you won't go shopping with that friend anymore because it's not fun.
Really? But it's fun for the friend. Fun.
Yeah, but the thing is that you are what this friend always make me doesn't spend money. So you're like, oh, not fun one. I cannot do anything. So you want the friend that will go with you to like make you feel good and then you spend money. So usually that's the case.
People are Chinese have a saying 人就是犯贱 means what? People are cheap, or I don't know quite how to translate that to English. It means that sometimes we're just looking for ways to stab ourselves. And then we have a suggestion from one of our viewers. He says that your jacket, Chuno, you can sell it because got brand, which is true. Which is true. You can sell it, and you can use like barely one, only one. Second-hand, they're very true that tag. How about that? So you should sell it. I think that at least we can.
They have a term for that, right? It's called pre-owned.
Pre-love.
Pre-loved. Yeah.
Pre-owned. Pre-love.
Huh? What?
Used.
But because you only use it once, sometimes people call it gently used or something like that. It's only used, like used once or twice, that kind. They'll call it gently used or almost new or whatever. So you can sell it, It doesn't. You look better in other things. No. So anybody who is watching this, if you guys want to make Chuna an offer for his Balenciaga jacket, please drop a comment below. Put your bid amount and Chuno we will respond. But Chuno is what size is that, S, M or what?
The size is my size lah.
Hadi ha. So if you're Chunho size, I don't know what size is that. So if you're Chunho, please put your bid in the comments below. Okay.
Let me.
You know what? I just read a quote the other day. I now that we are mentioning about this, it was from that show House. Dr. House.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I heard of it.
Yeah. So the quote is that, following your heart is easy. Following your brain is tough.
Really?
So,
it's true. It's
right?
true.
It's pretty much impulse buying at the end of the day. So following your heart is easy.
Nice, eh?
Yeah.
Looks
Anyway, the size is M.
Size
the
M.
size
Yeah.
Desmond want to buy or not, Desmond? We found a buyer for you. You know, this reminds me that I think that probably at those like second-hand flea markets and all that, what people are doing is they are passing on their crap to somebody else.
They are passing on the body of their ways.
Yeah, but then sometimes you go to this flea market and you look at them, which people think are crap. They're actually gems. There are gems in the crap.
Yeah,
Have you heard stories about people going to the flea market and then bought this crappy old painting? They turn out to be a
Picasso.
yes. Yes, it is. It was like
that one I understand.
stuff, So things like that
Yeah, but
happen.
correct. So you must also meet somebody who actually has an eye for you.
Yes, it is true.
Yeah, lor. Because all these paintings. Sorry, what?
Isn't that mastery? Like you're so good at your craft that you find things that nobody else sees.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
Like for example, Chun Ho teaches stocks investing, right? He will look through all the different stocks. We look at the companies. Hey, this is crap. Then he looks through and he sifts through and he finds a gem.
or what if he looks through and says, yes, that's true, it's a crap. Right? It's not highly
That could
possible.
happen too. Yeah, that could happen too.
Yeah,
Same
it's not true. But then I think all these things also, the value that we put on it is because of demand, right? So some people say that it's antique, it's by this certain painter, blah blah blah. Then they appreciate it in a way, and then it becomes expensive because otherwise, really, it's just colors on a canvas, right?
Yes.
It is very cheap. Colors and canvas is very cheap, but when you put it together in a certain way, there are people who appreciate it, then it becomes treasure itself, right? Suddenly, I got a very deep thought. We're going to end this soon. So suddenly I got a very philosophical thought. It's like human beings. You can feel like crap, but if you meet somebody who sees your worth, then you will become a treasure.
Wow.
Wow. That's so underneath.
What are you saying? Yeah, man.
But it's true, right? It's true, right? If you think about it that way.
Yeah, but then again, that's so underneath.
The niece is secretly quite smart, actually, hello. secretly quite smart. Yeah, so for all the people out there who feels maybe a bit crappy sometimes, you're somebody's treasure. So you go. Okay.
Just go to the flea market, wait for somebody to.
No, you go to the flea market, lie down. You lie down there. Then after that, if you have dated before, you need to put the pre-loved.
Use.
That's terrible.
Then you put that only used once.
Wow, this is the Denise I know. Yes.
That was so funny. Only used once. I can't breathe. So I think we're gonna end it.
Breathe.
Yeah. So we're gonna end it here. And then we have already covered why do people spend money on crap. So for those of you guys who are with us who are watching, if you have spent crap before and you have found a way to stop yourself when you know you're gonna spend on crap, let us know. Okay, comment in the comments below, and then I think this is about it for us. Okay, say bye, guys. Say bye, ouchies. We are ouchies.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Ending music don't have.
And broadcast, bye bye.